Hey there folks, and welcome to this video. As you can tell, I'm not exactly 100% right now. It's actually suspected COVID, but we'll find out what that's going to be like in a couple of days' time. But what I want to do right now is talk about the F1 season that's just finished. And I want to go back to what I had done about 9 months ago now, giving some pre-season predictions. And some of these are very interesting. Let's get off the bat with the biggest one. I predicted that the championships, so the drivers and manufacturers, would go to different teams. And with Verstappen currently sitting as drivers' champion, pending any kind of appeal by Mercedes, and with Mercedes sitting as constructors' champions, that looks like that's going to be the case. But I feel like that one was a bit mundane, so let's go through some of the others. Another one was that I said that we would not have one driver win more than half the races in the season. Max Verstappen won 10 out of 22. Red Bull won half. They won 11 out of 22 thanks to the win for Sergio Perez in Azerbaijan. But talking about other teams, I said that we weren't going to see a new team for 2022, even though the idea from F1 was that the new reg's going to be cheaper and the budget cap was going to be able to make more teams think they could join F1. That hasn't happened though. Also, in terms of more teams, I said there was going to be a more varied winners list, like we had last season in 2020, involving people outside of Red Bull or Mercedes. In the end, we had 2 winners from outside of those top 4 drivers. Daniel Ricciardo, with the only 1-2 of the season for McLaren, and Esteban Ocon in Hungary for Alpine. And not only that, but I made a prediction that McLaren would win a race, and I made a prediction that the driver for McLaren who would bring the end to that win drought would be Daniel Ricciardo. Though I said that Lando would potentially get close to, if not get a win himself, later in the season. How close was I to truth with that? What with Sochi very nearly being a win for Lando. He got pole position and everything. That was such a shame, but it is what it is. It's motor racing, right? What else is there? Well, I said Lando would get at least 1 podium, and he did that almost right out the bat. And I think the last one that I had in terms of pre-season predictions was I said Latifi would get points. And in particular, I described it as being in the right place at the right time and picking up the spoils. Now, I don't know how many of you think back to Hungary. You might remember Dan Ticktum with his whole Scooby-Dooby-Doo Latifi is poo, or whatever it was that he said, just after he'd been dropped by the Williams Academy. But Latifi was in the podium contention for, I think, most of the race in the end. He was in 3rd for such a long time. So it was about being in the right place at the right time and picking up the spoils. There's a double points finish for Williams as well. If I had have decided to go for that kind of curveball, that would have been fantastic. But it's funny, look at the predictions I've done elsewhere. I ended up making only 2 wrong predictions for podium finishes all season. I missed out George Russell, and I thought that Lance Stroll would get a podium. That's outside of my actual kind of pre-season predictions I'd made. So, let me know what you'd said before the season, because I know, for example, some of my viewers like Mange had suggested that Max was going to be the champion. So, some of you were bang on with that. I was a bit more tentative and said that they were going to go to different teams. But, in the end, I guess I was right. Do my WRC one later in the week. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you again soon. Bye for now.